No. Come on, where is it?
Dave, it's your Idaho Central app here. Any chance you're missing a debit card? Let's get that taken care of for you. With ICCU's card control, you can turn any card off with the tap of your finger.
You got it.
And back on again. Out, 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 out. The closest Idaho Central Credit Union branch is in your pocket.
Howdy.
Dude, let's go.
1970 was the year my dad, a Boise firefighter, started Sunburst Painting as a side gig. His dedication and love for this community was always inspiring to me. That passion led me to start rowpaint.com, turning what began as his side job into a family business that's been serving Boise for generations. For over 60 years in the Treasure Valley, the Rowe family name has been synonymous with hard work, dedication, and commitment to the community that's given us so much. We are a family-owned business who are proud to be sponsors of Boise State Athletics, to serve not only Boise, but our neighbors across Idaho and the surrounding states. From my father's first brushstroke to numerous paint and coatings projects today, we're here to make Boise a better place, one project at a time. Power in people, pride in painting.
It's game day. Are you ready?
Let's go!
Bronco Nation News is presented by our title sponsor, RovePaint.com. Our major sponsors, Idaho Central Credit Union, Taco Bell, Lithia Ford, the Blue and Orange Store, Jacksons, and our contributing sponsors, Signature Roofing, Western Collective, Snake River Pool and Spa, Transportation Compliance Service, Bousher Real Estate, Ridley's Family Markets, Circa Las Vegas, Lean Feast, and Timberstone Golf Course. It's time for the Jacksons Postgame Show on Bronco Nation News. We're breaking down the game with highlights, interviews, analysis, and most importantly, you. Give your thoughts on the game in the ICCU YouTube chat, and we'll include the best ones on the show. Or leave us a message on the Signature Roofing voicemail line at speakpipe.com/BNN. The BNN Postgame Show is presented by Jacksons, where 25 cents from each hot dog sold goes directly to the Horseshoe Collective to support Boise State student athletes. Need snacks, a coffee, or cold drink? Visit a Treasure Valley Jacksons today. The title sponsor of Bronco Nation News is RovePaint.com, the official paint and coatings company of Boise State Athletics. For all your painting needs, check out RovePaint.com. Now, let's go courtside and join five-time NSMA Idaho Sports Writer of the Year, BJ Rains, for the Jacksons Postgame Show.
Well, the final seconds tick off the clock. And the Boise State men's basketball team moving on to the semifinals of the Mountain West Tournament. Bronco Nation making some noise. They were outnumbered tonight, but they were the ones cheering at the end as the San Diego State Aztecs fans headed up to the exits. For the first time in 18 years, the Aztecs are not going to the semifinals, and for just the fifth time in 14 years under Leon Rice, your Boise State Broncos are headed to the semifinals of the Mountain West Tournament. Final score, 62-52. Boise State still alive down here in Vegas. How we doing, folks? My name is BJ Rains. Welcome to the Jacksons Postgame Show here on Bronco Nation News. They're already bringing in fans for the next game here, so we're having fun. We're going to show you all kinds of highlights, clips. We just lost the light there, Jaden. All kinds of clips, highlights, and we're excited to be here on the Jacksons Postgame Show on Bronco Nation News. Again, final score 62-52. Boise State wins. The Broncos moving on to the semifinals where they will take on top seed New Mexico tomorrow night at 7:30 Boise time. 7:30 Boise time will be the semifinal game tomorrow night. Tom, kicking us off. We want your comments, your thoughts. That was fun, Tom says. Ian says, what a second half. thank the universe and Spain for Alvaro Cardenas. A huge 3 there late in the game. Bob says, what a game. We want your comments tonight. This is your show, folks. Enjoy it. And Boise State takes down the Aztecs, and the Broncos are moving on to the semifinals tomorrow night. And you know what? Somebody says here, you were right, BJ. And you know what, Jennifer? Maybe time for a nice Thursday evening troll tonight on social media. I've got some bookmark clips that, I've been waiting to put out there, and some in the first half with folks getting on Leon Rice. Careful the table a little bit, Jaden is shaking here. I got some tweets from some folks in the first half that were giving up and talking about, Leon Rice. And sure enough, the Broncos come back, get the win. Tate Ova 15 says, greatest day of my life. And that might be a little bit of an overstatement, don't we think? But would have been on the floor for hours if we lost. Chase says, in terms of game times, the 4 or 5 seed has the best path. Certainly a nice 7:30 time tonight instead of a game starting at 10 p.m. Mountain Time. RJ Keane, player of the game. Well, guess what? RJ Keane is going to join us live via his phone or his computer when they get back to the hotel. So we're going to FaceTime in with RJ Keane here in a little bit to celebrate Boise State taking down San Diego State in the quarterfinals of the Mountain West tournament. Let's go. Indeed, big win. Get your wallets out to keep Peanut. Folks are really excited about this one. And you know what? I'm looking, guys. I just can't find AP. I'm not sure where he is. I'm not sure if his computer's not working tonight or his phone signal or what, but I don't see AP in the chat. Let me know if you do. And some of the others, Ray, some of the other folks that were telling us this morning it was going to be don't even unpack. It's going to be a short stay. But Boise State gets the win, and going to be wild to have a final without San Diego State, Alex says, and no doubt about it. I mean, what a crazy game. In the first half, Boise State only takes 6 shots that are not three-pointers in the entire first half. The Broncos don't have their first non-3 taken till 12:57 left in the game. 9:45 to go in the first half. Over half the first half before they made a 2-point field goal. They started 4 of 11 from 3 and 6 non-3-point shots in the entire first half tonight. And Boise State able to, they said that was their game plan. They said, hey, if we're open, we're just going to let it fly tonight. And Leon Rice was very cryptic the other day when I asked him, and he just said, great question. And their decision was, if they were open, you shoot it. And I'm going to be honest, that's a little bit of I almost said a word maybe I shouldn't say. I'll say a gutsy move from the Broncos, considering they're not a great three-point shooting team. They entered almost 300th in the country in three-point percentage. Not a great three-point per shooting team, but Leon Rice and company thought that it was just not going to work trying to get into the interior, even if Guath played in this game. So Boise State said, if we're open, we're going to let it fly. And they did a lot of that tonight, tying a program record, tying a Leon Rice era record, 40 3-point attempts tonight. And Boise State only made 11 of them, 11 of 40. Not a great percentage, obviously. That's 27%. You look at these shooting numbers for the game. Boise State only shoots 33.9% from the field, 27.5 from 3. They just shot the ball, atrociously, horrible, terrible. They did not shoot well at all tonight. They only took 16 shots the whole game that were not 3-point attempts, and they're able to find a way to still win the game. So just a unbelievable win. Todd throwing in $10 for a beer at Circa tonight. Appreciate you, Todd. I'll be taking advantage of that for sure, and I might as well throw it out there, Todd, and everybody else. We better see you tomorrow at Stadium Swim. The party is on. We'll be out there about 10 until 2. 10 to 2. We got Cabana 7, I believe. We'll have a Cabana. Come by, say hello, go get in the pool, hang out. And if you tell them you're with BNN, it should be free entry into Stadium Swim tomorrow. So if you're in Las Vegas, tell your friends, come on over to Circa Resort and Casino tomorrow, 10 until 2. We'll be hanging out, watching games, and getting ready for the semifinals, and it'll be a lot of fun. So if you've never checked out Stadium Swim, bring your swimming trunks, come on over, and we are excited to see everybody over at Stadium Swim tomorrow. But again, we're looking at these numbers, and Boise State just early in the game just kept jacking it up from 3, and it really wasn't working. But I thought a huge swing in this game was the end of the first half. Boise State was down 11 all of a sudden, and then you had a huge swing where Boise State hit 2 3-pointers in the final minute of the half. It was Tyson Degenhart, and it was Alvaro Cardenas hitting huge 3-pointers in the final minute. And that turned an 11-point deficit into 5 at the break, and you're kind of sitting there going, how the heck are they only down 5 points at halftime? And if you're San Diego State, you had to be going, how are we not up 12, 13, 14, 15 points? I mean, at halftime, San Diego State had to be kicking themselves for those late threes that led Boise State only be down by 5 points at the break, despite getting out physical and couldn't make a shot. And it was just it was crazy to me to only be down at 5 points at halftime. And then they kept it going to start the second half. I saw Cody Gogler in the back before the half started, and he said, these first 4 minutes are going to tell the story here. And sure enough, Pearson Carmichael had a putback. Andrew Meadow hit a corner 3 to tie the game. And then there was a steal, and Emmanuel Ugbo lays it in, and Brian Dutcher needs a timeout. All of a sudden, Boise State, 35-33, they had the lead. It was a 13-0 run dating back to the first half there, and then just a back-and-forth game. Boyd hit some threes. It was back and forth, but I thought Boise State was down 3 on another 3 from Nick Boyd. Actually, another huge play was the Andrew Meadow and 1. There was he was driving to the basket, huge close call. The ball was all over the floor. They picked it up and they got the pass. And then Andrew Meadow scores. One ref was maybe going to call a charge. Kevin Brill called the block, and the crowd couldn't believe it. My table gets bumped there, and Boise State gets a huge and 1 there to take a 41-39 lead. You had Tyson Degenhart and Meadow with big putbacks that put Boise State up 45-44 with 11:03 to go. And how about this? Nick Boyd scores on a layup with 9:11 to go in the game. 9 minutes and 11 seconds left in the game. Nick Boyd scores on a layup. San Diego State did not have another field goal the rest of the game. I think they finished 0 of 11, missed their last 11 or 12 shots from the field. Only 5 points for San Diego State in the final 9 minutes and 11 seconds. Just unbelievable. Boise State, their defense. And we were talking about the defense after that Colorado State game, the rock bottom moment 6 weeks ago, having to get better. The defense was just not good enough. And lo and behold, when push comes to shove, Boise State wins a game in the quarterfinals of the Mountain West tournament, keeps its hopes alive for a trip to the NCAA tournament because of its defense. Again, I will repeat, 0 field goals for San Diego State in the final 9 minutes and 11 seconds, only 5 points, all on free throws in the final 9-11. During that stretch, you had Degenhart hit a huge 3 to take a 52-49 lead. Alvaro Cardenas hit a huge 3 with 4:37 to go. That put Boise State up 55-50. And then I thought RJ Keane, a huge play. He had the putback to go up 58-51. And then there was a huge block from Omar Stanley, just a massive block, throwing it into the stands and almost into the stands. RJ Keane goes over into the bench area and saves it. Huge play. And Boise State just was the tougher team down the stretch, had a couple huge, effort plays, diving on the floor. And like I said, when it's all said and done, some of the overall shooting numbers don't look impressive, but the stat that obviously won this game for Boise State was the rebounding, and in particular, the second chance points. Boise State had a 18-3 advantage in second chance points. The Broncos went and got 13 offensive rebounds. They only gave up 4 offensive rebounds to San Diego State, and Boise State turned those 13 offensive rebounds into 18 second chance points tonight. So Boise State a huge advantage in the rebounding and a huge advantage in points off turnovers as well. They had a 19-8 edge. Boise State took the 12 turnovers from San Diego State, turned it into 19 points themselves. And again, it wasn't the prettiest shooting performance from Boise State of all time, but their defense, their toughness, their grit, they just found a way to make enough big plays. And when they needed a big three-pointer, they got a couple of them late in the game. There was 11 of 40. Tyson Degenhart goes 2 of 7. He was 1 of 6 at the time, and he hits a massive 3 there with about 4 minutes to go. I think his was about 5 minutes to go, 5:42 to go. Tyson Degenhart 3 from the top of the key puts Boise State up 52-49. Then you had Alvaro Cardenas 55-50 with his huge 3. So just not exactly how we saw the game playing out in terms of the way they got their attempts. Didn't see him taking 43s tonight. We talked about it on the pregame show. Probably not a very good recipe to just shoot around, stick around and shoot the 3-point shot all night, but that's what they did, and it worked. So they didn't do it very well, but they made enough of them. And like I said, 2 huge, massive ones late in the game from Degenhart and Cardenas to win this game. Fans are kind of filing in here for the evening session. About 20 minutes from now, you'll have Utah State and who's playing Utah State? Oh, Nevada and Colorado State is the first game. Nevada and Colorado State, the 7-2 game, is coming up here in about 20 minutes. So Bob says happy for the boys that keep it going. Kurt says ugly, but hey, they won. Already stomping for Alvaro or Meadow for a player of the game here. And yeah, we will have our Matt Boucher player of the game coming up. As I said, RJ Keane's going to join us as well. We'll play a little bit of the press conference video from the post-game press conference, and then RJ Keane is going to join us live when they get back to the team hotel here. So keep getting your comments in, keep getting your thoughts in. Boise State moving on to the semifinals of the Mountain West Tournament. How's it feel, everybody? We're back in 30 seconds. This is the post-game show, the Jacksons Postgame Show. We appreciate Jacksons for their support of Bronco Nation News. I'm going to take a quick drink of this Diet Coke right here and reset. Get your comments, your thoughts in, and we're back real quick here in about 45 seconds on Bronco Nation News on the Jacksons Postgame Show after a 62-52 Boise State win.
It's game day. Are you ready?
Let's go! All right, there is Jacksons, our post-game show sponsor. We appreciate Jacksons for their support of Bronco Nation News. And don't forget that 99-cent coffee. You can pick that up anytime, any place after Boise State's win tonight, 62-52. This was the other commercial I was trying to play back in 30 seconds here on Bronco Nation News.
Bronco Nation News is presented by our title sponsor, RovePaint.com. Our major sponsors, Idaho Central Credit Union, Taco Bell, Lithia Ford, the Blue and Orange Store, Jacksons, and our contributing sponsors, Signature Roofing, Western Collective, Snake River Pool and Spa, Transportation Compliance Service, Boucher Real Estate, Ridley's Family Markets, Circa Las Vegas, Lean Feast, and Timberstone Golf Course.
All right, back live. The party is on here in the ICCU YouTube chat. And again, we'll be partying tomorrow at Stadium Swim, 10 to 2. Come on out, hang out. If I'm in a good mood, maybe I'll buy a couple beverages. We'll see, but no promises. Come hang out, check out Stadium Swim, and we're looking forward to tomorrow. If you got nothing to do, come hang out with us. We'll be out by the pool watching some games, hanging out as Boise State plays tomorrow night at 6:30 in the semifinals of the Mountain West Tournament. Spencer Buchanan, I think that's Uncle Spencer. Very nice W, excellent rebounding and defense. Roy says every Bronco has its day. Great win. Keep on keeping on. Put another solid effort tomorrow. Go Broncos. And Jake says huge. I don't know why, guys. And I'm not, right now predicting they're going to win this tournament. There's obviously a lot to go. It's one game. I get it. But I just didn't think the team was ready to go down like this. I just didn't. It just felt like a team that was not ready to have their season end this way. Tyson Degenhart, Alvaro Cardenas, I've been saying it for 2 weeks, whether you want to call them a team of destiny or whatever, however you want to phrase it. I just did not think this team was going to go down in the quarterfinals of the Mountain West Tournament. It looked pretty bad there for a while, down 11 in the first half, and San Diego State clearly had the crowd advantage. They had a way bigger crowd tonight, and it was basically a road game. It's going to be even crazier tomorrow night. I mean, it's going to be 30-1 New Mexico fans to Boise State fans tomorrow night. If you can find a flight, get on down to Las Vegas tonight or tomorrow, because there's going to be a ton of New Mexico fans here. It will be maybe not quite like playing at the Pit, but it'll be a road game tomorrow for Boise State. But you know what? The Broncos will take that. If anybody does see any updated Joe Lenardi or Jerry Palm bracketology or comments or anything, let me know. I'd like to kind of see where things stand. They were the third team out from Joe Lenardi going into this game. I don't think they're in yet because, again, remember, they're going to lose again if they get the at-large bid. So I think tomorrow night is another must-have, another must-win tomorrow. And Jeff Grammer may actually join us from the Albuquerque Journal at some point here when he gets done with his work to preview the game. So I don't think we're at a point yet, where they're in. I think they're going to have to win another game, at least. I really do. But I'm not going to say I told you so. I'm right, whatever. I think I had 68-60, though, on the morning show today. So I end up being kind of close, 62-52. I don't know. I just didn't think they were going down this way. Just did not think Boise State was going to go down in the quarterfinals of the Mountain West Tournament. And I'm not quite ready to say that they're going down tomorrow either. It just seems like there's something about this team, whether they win the tournament, whether they get to the finals and lose and sneak in and go to Dayton. I don't know. From being around this team, I've just had this feeling for a long time that this team was not going to go out like this. And sure enough, they're not going out like this right now. So Johnny giving me some props. Appreciate that, Johnny. Xavier, Arkansas, Indiana, San Diego State losing. Baylor is also down right now. A lot of bubble teams won today too, though. So I'm not ready to say that the bubble has kind of fallen Boise State's way. It really didn't. But Brandon's saying Deggy is now 17 points away. He did have 14.7 rebounds tonight. So he is 17 from tying, 18 from becoming the all-time leading scorer. And this is certainly something that could happen as early as tomorrow. Tomorrow night, fans in the building could see Tyson Degenhart become the all-time leading scorer at Boise State. Just incredible. And he's got 2 guaranteed games left. So now you feel a lot better about him doing it, right? Because he's going to get a game tomorrow at a minimum and then a game in the postseason somewhere. So you feel a little better now. Tyson Degenhart 17 points away from breaking the all-time scoring record. Someone is saying the spread is Boise minus 1.5. I haven't seen that. We'll look that up. If that's the spread, that's pretty impressive. If that's what the spread is, we'll try to see if that's the case. Today Boise State was favored. We were kind of surprised by that. Vegas knows if Boise State is that right? New Mexico is 1.5. Okay. New Mexico, at least the early line. Oh, UNM is minus 1.5. Okay. So I thought you were saying 1.5. Okay. New Mexico is minus 1.5 right now, but pretty much a pick 'em tomorrow night. Tyler says clap at the haters. We'll do that a little later. Like I said, I took some I got some first half, what do you expect? Dutcher's out coaching Leon, all this kind of stuff. I kept a few for in the holster for later. So when we get done, we'll have a chance to do that. Guys on the TV think they are in, according to Kurt Fuller. Yeah, where's Ray Ray? Told us not to unpack our clothes, be ready to head out of town. I am waiting for Ray Ray to jump in. Must have an internet issue tonight or something for AP and Ray Ray. I'm not sure. Folks are talking about the Omar Stanley block. Who else tore a partial hamstring jumping off the chair after that Omar block? Just an incredible block by Stanley, and I wish we could show it right now, but there's some rules with posting stuff. I wish we could. That's all I'll say. But it was a heck of a block, and he went up and got it. And then maybe the more impressive play was RJ Keane diving in, into the bench there in front of San Diego State's bench and saving the ball from going out of bounds. And everyone on San Diego State just kind of stood there expecting it to be called out of bounds. And RJ Keane said, "I'll take it." And then Boise State got the ball back and kept on moving. So there were so many swings in this game, and you just got to give Boise State so much credit. The toughness that they showed, the just will to kind of not lose this game. And it did not look good. And they were down 11, and I cannot stress enough how big that end of the first half was. Tyson and Alvaro hitting late three-pointers, I thought was just a huge, huge swing where instead of being, you go into the locker room, it's a totally different feeling for both teams, an 11-point margin instead of a 5-point margin. So for those two late threes to go in, I just thought that was game-changing, no doubt about it. RJ, 9 rebounds. Yeah, RJ Keane, 9 rebounds. Well, we're going to join. He's going to pop on when they get back to the hotel. I've sent him the link, and he's going to jump on his phone when he gets a few free minutes, but I know his family's here, and they're getting ready, probably have some meetings tonight already to start the scouting report for New Mexico. Spencer says the offensive rebounding was awesome. Trailblazer eating a little crow. Way too negative about this game. What a huge win. Definitely, no doubt about it. Biggest series, yep, the 2 threes to end the half. Boise has not always closed the halves well. Worried about New Mexico with 2 good teams. Hard to split, let alone win 3 in a row. Only having 2 2-pointers in the first half was pretty wild. In the first half, Boise State was 9 of 29 from the field. 7 of those were threes. So Boise State was 2 of 6. 2 of 6 in the first half on 2-point attempts. That is pretty crazy. I'll give them credit. Boise wouldn't have won this game 6 weeks ago. Gritty team win. Omar had good energy. You think about that rock bottom moment and where Boise State was at, and like maybe I am the ultimate homer. That's fine if folks want to say that. Whatever. I just wasn't ready to give up on this season like some other folks were, and they've continued to prove people wrong. And I felt really good about this game when I saw that after that Colorado State loss, just because that's what they've done all year. They lose a game, everybody gives up, and then they find a way to win. And they did it again tonight. When I saw the point spread, Boise State was favored. Once again, it was just kind of like, okay. I mean, Vegas knows, folks. Vegas usually knows. Now, I'm not saying tomorrow, but just because New Mexico is a slight favorite, New Mexico should be favored tomorrow. But if you looked at the game tonight, there was no reason Boise State should have been favored tonight. I mean, why was Boise State favored? I guess they knew Magoon Gloth wasn't playing, but still, San Diego State had beaten them twice. San Diego State had won 18 straight in the quarterfinals. Boise State has only played in Friday night semifinals 4 times in 13 years. There was no numbers, no nothing that said Boise State should have won this game. They found a way, and they did win this game. Do you guys want to hear from Jay Tust for a minute? Why don't we hear from Jay Tust? We're back in 30 seconds on the postgame show.
Bronco Nation News is presented by our title sponsor, RovePaint.com. Our major sponsors, Idaho Central Credit Union, Taco Bell, Lithia Ford, the Blue and Orange Store, Jacksons, and our contributing sponsors, Signature Roofing, Western Collective, Snake River Pool and Spa, Transportation Compliance Service, Boucher Real Estate, Ridley's Family Markets, Circa Las Vegas, Lean Feast, and Timberstone Golf Course.
All right, there he is, Jay Tust, kind enough to join us for a couple minutes here on the postgame show. You never know who you'll see in the Dairy Queen line.
Yeah,
I guess
I was trying to get a blizzard.
Jay's going to set a record here, 3 BNN appearances in 24 hours when he comes on again tomorrow morning as well. But Jay, I had the pleasure of sitting next to you courtside. I mean, folks would have paid hundreds of dollars for the chance to sit next to Jay courtside, and it was got a chance to do that. And people are loving the suit there, Jay. Jay's the GOAT. LFG Tusty.
Chad,
folks are in they're in a, as expected, a festive mood right now. How about that one, man?
Oh, what a game. What a game. And man, Leon Rice, like the old southpaw, the crafty lefty, comes up with something special. Nobody really expected it. And I tell you, we were all looking at each other like, is this really going to work? Only shooting threes. And when I say only shooting threes, I mean like only shooting threes. You probably already mentioned it, BJ, but their first 2-point field goal made came at the 9:45 mark of the first half.
There's some debate with that, too, on the actual.
A couple seconds off. Good point. But either way, I've never seen anything like that before in my time covering the Boise State men's
basketball. They only made 2 twos the entire first half.
It was absolutely wild. And I think they shot so many threes, BJ, that it kind of overshadowed maybe the real storyline. And that's the fact that Boise State absolutely dominated the offensive glass. 13 offensive rebounds against San Diego State. Are you kidding me? Only allowed 4. By the way, a tough stat for San Diego State.
I need a siren or something. I'm going to get that going. What do we got?
San Diego State is now 2-4 this season when they fail to grab at least 5 offensive rebounds in a game. One of those losses came to the Broncos today. But seriously, an 18-3 advantage in second chance points. Monumental. Massive. What other superlative you got? Just an incredible job by the Broncos.
And a lot of them were just easy putbacks where there was just nobody around them.
Yeah, and
especially in the second half there. Tyson had one. Andrew Meadow had one. Keenes nobody was even around them. They're just standing there.
It was pretty impressive. Honestly, another guy that like we talk about some of these guys that impacted the game. I mean, Omar didn't attempt a shot. Is that right?
No. Yep.
Doesn't attempt a shot, plays 22 minutes. Almost 23.
Plus 11.
Plus 11 with him on the floor. Like that, man, Omar, you make such a big impact on this
team.
The
2 guys together, we've mentioned it a couple of times, but the 2 guys together that, really in terms of, combined for 2 shot attempts, but was the block from Omar Stanley and then RJ Keane diving into the bench to save the ball. I don't think they end up scoring on that possession, but it was still to keep possession and not let them have anything. I thought those 2, there were a lot of plays you could probably sum up. Leon Rice pointed out the one where the ball was all over the floor. It ends up with Andrew Meadow and Kevin Brill, calls the block in the end one. And, that was a big swing because a lot of the people in the building thought that should have been a charge.
Yep.
That was a big play, but I thought Omar's block, even though they were already up 6-7 at that point, and RJ Keane diving into their bench when, again, San Diego State players are kind of standing around thinking it's going out of bounds. RJ Keane goes and gets it. I mean, they just made the gritty, tough plays they needed to win tonight.
If you watch the show this morning, one thing we did also bring up is that sometimes when you come down to these tournaments, you can create your own luck, and sometimes you just need a little bit of luck.
Yep.
And there were a couple of times where Boise State, they created so much of their own luck tonight. Don't get me wrong. But there were just a couple little things where, it bounced in their direction, if you will, and they come away with a victory that now keeps their NCAA tournament hopes alive for at least one more day, and now they get a shot at another Quad 1 win in New Mexico. When I texted you coming down here the other day, BJ, I brought up this wasn't necessarily a Quad 1 opportunity for the Broncos because San Diego State was at 51.
Yeah.
Jumped back up to 49 today. So it's
we'll
quad one now.
We'll see. Hopefully they're deciding tonight at that selection committee. But
counting it for now.
I appreciate the shout out when you asked the question to Leon Rice. We've talked about that a couple times.
Because it was hilarious.
Well, we talked about it Tuesday and then today. I think we talked about it again, Jay, where he said great question, and he kind of smiled. And I didn't. Obviously,
anytime BJ asks a question and somebody says great question,
it's a once in a lifetime experience. Yes.
Yeah, I know something's up.
But with the way he just kind of smiled, and then you said get to the free throw line or whatever, then he said great question. You knew they had something schemed up. You knew there was going to be something. He just didn't want to give away the game plan, no doubt. But never. I mean, I said it on the pregame show. If they would just sit around and shoot threes, that's not a winning recipe. And they did shoot 11 of 40. They shot. Let's not act like they won this game on threes. They shot 27% on threes. But when they needed to, they hit a couple. But man, they decided, we're not going to just take 10 blocks again. And their game plan really was, if you're open, just let it fly.
Let it fly. Let it fly. I thought you're probably going to hear it here in a little bit when, Leon at the postgame press conference. For the first time in his career, Jaden over here crushing it, by the way, spinning this around for you so quickly.
Yes.
For the first time in his career, he said he got mad at Tyson Degenhart during practice this week. And it was just the other day. And it was Tyson kind of passed up a shot, and Leon pulled him out of practice. I think Leon's maybe being a little intense about the story, but pulls Tyson out of practice and is like, nah, if the shot's there, shoot the shot. Like, don't be passive aggressive or anything like that. Like, you're Tyson Degenhart. You're chasing down the all-time scoring record at Boise State. By the way, how many points do you ended up with today?
He is now 17 away.
17, so 14?
He had 14. Yep.
14 today, 17 points away from the all-time scoring
record. And there were 2 more guaranteed games now. You're feeling a little better about that.
You're feeling definitely better about it. But he wanted to remind Tyson, you're our dude. Shoot the shot if you have the shot because you're a great shooter. And just an awesome effort by the Broncos.
Well, I got to bring up the defense too here, Jay. I know we don't have you for too much longer, but the defense, I mean, at one point in this season, the defense was awful. I mean, they were outside the top 100 at KenPom. The defense, they were losing games because of their defense, which we haven't been able to say around here in a long time. Yeah. And I didn't even notice it at first until someone sent me a text, but no field goals the last 9-11 for San Diego State. No field goals in the last 9 minutes, and San Diego State had 5 points. Nick Boyd had a layup with 9:11 to go. They gave them 47 points. Free throws, free throw, and they finished with 52 points. 5 points in the last 9 minutes. I think they missed their last 12 or 13 shots of the field, the game. Mike Burns and company stepped up the defensive effort when they needed to, and the defense deserves a lot of credit.
They do. Wow.
I mean, that? You didn't realize?
Right near the end of the game, I tweeted out the fact that San Diego State was 5 of 19 in the second half. They had only made 1 out of their last 10 field goal attempts, but there were still a couple of shot attempts even after that. So they're a really impressive effort, man. And I think that, there have been times this year, sometimes you tip your cap, and it goes to both player performances and coaching performances. And I think you go back to the final regular season game, Nico Medved, Neat Clifford, you tip your cap to those guys. Right now, San Diego State's tipping their cap to Boise State because they did something a little bit different. They caught them by surprise, and now they got them out of the tournament.
Final thing, Jay, because RJ Keane's dialing in here to join us live. I'm not sure if you want to stay here for that or not, but just your final takeaways on this win and, like you said, the opportunity they have tomorrow now, man. The 5th time in the last 14 years here, the Leon Rice era, they're playing on a Friday night down here in Vegas.
What a time to be alive. And live in the tournament. And I got to say, one of my favorite plays of the game was courtesy of RJ Keane. He's a Houston Astros fan, so clearly he's not perfect, but he's a gritty, tough player. And I think the diving out of bounds, keeping it alive is too obvious. It's off the missed 3 where he had that little putback, and it felt like that was just the death blow for San Diego State. And it was.
And now we get to do it again tomorrow.
Now we get to do it again tomorrow.
Go get your stuff done, and I'll buy you a beer later. All right, Jay? Appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot, Jay. Appreciate Jay Tust for joining us. We're going to take a quick 30-second break and thank our sponsors. RJ Keane is going to join us live in 30 seconds here on the Jacksons Postgame Show.
Bronco Nation News is presented by our title sponsor, RovePaint.com. Our major sponsors, Idaho Central Credit Union, Taco Bell, Lithia Ford, the Blue and Orange Store, Jacksons, and our contributing sponsors, Signature Roofing, Western Collective, Snake River Pool and Spa, Transportation Compliance Service, Voucher Real Estate, Ridley's Family Markets, Circa Las Vegas, Lean Feast, and Timberstone Golf Course.
All right, back here live on the Jacksons Postgame Show. Fans filing in for the evening session, getting ready to get going. 62-52, the final. Boise State takes down San Diego State. Nice enough to jump on for a couple minutes here on the Jacksons Postgame Show. Our man, RJ Keane. RJ, heck of a game. You're moving on to the semifinals, man. Congratulations.
Thank you. That was a fun one out there.
You had a couple of huge plays, man. We were talking about the Omar block, and you dove into the stands. Mentioned the putback there. Just talk about late in the game, some of the winning plays that you helped make to contribute to this win here, man.
Yeah, just doing the little things to help this team win. Just glue guy, doing glue guy things, as I would say. Damn near bleeding out. My fingernail fell off, and my knee got cut open. Just go out there, play hard, and win some games.
Defensively, man, you guys held them without a field goal the last 9 minutes and 10 seconds. They only had 5 points in the last 9 minutes, all on free throws. What can you say about the defensive effort, man? Because for a good chunk of the season, your guys' defense wasn't good enough, and you obviously made some improvements, and you won the game tonight because of your D.
Yeah, for sure. We emphasized defense going into this game, and I think we had to do that coming in. And shoot, they're a good team. And no field goals in the last 9 minutes?
9-11 was Nick Boyd. 9-11 layup was the last field goal they had. Yep.
I don't know what's happening to them all year. That's insane. That's tough to do. We were dialed in.
Folks are wondering if you're on the toilet right now while you're doing this.
All right, I'm in some random bathroom in our hotel.
Okay, you are in a.
It's the only place that's quiet.
All right, what's fine. We will do it. We'll do it from the bathroom. Might as well.
I'll get out of the echo.
Johnny Mallory says another Robin-esque game. RJ, just again, nine rebounds tonight. Tipping some balls back out. What can you say again? Where maybe it's a game where this was kind of an RJ Keane game. You play your 18 minutes, you get your 9 rebounds, you get your putback, couple big plays. Just you're buying into this role this year and what it's meant now, and season-defining games like this to be able to keep that up, man. What can you say about it?
I love my team, and I know that what I do out there on the court helps winning. And these dudes are like my best friends and my brothers, and I really want to win and get back in March Madness and actually play in March Madness and have some sort of impact. And that would mean the world to me to do with these guys. They're the greatest guys ever. We laugh, we joke, we have fun. This is a really close-knit team. It reminds me of our 2021, 2022 squad. And it's so much fun to be out there. And if I have to go bust my knee open and finger open for it, I will.
What can you say about the end of that first half, man? You guys were down 11. They had a big crowd. They were into the game. And then Tyson and Al hit 2 big, huge threes right before halftime. You guys only go in down 5. San Diego State's probably going, how the heck are we only up 5 right now? You guys are probably going, all right, we didn't play great at all. We're only down 5. How big was that swing, and what was kind of the mood like in the locker room?
Yeah, the mood was fine. We just knew we had to up our intensity because they were into us. The refs weren't calling that much fouls. And we just had to up our intensity. Those threes are big. I don't know if you saw Max Rice's comment earlier. He's like, only 3 strategy is what we call this game. It's kind of what we did. Our goal was just to try to shoot them out the gym. And at the beginning, it's probably like, what are they doing? They're settling. Like, nope, that was our game plan. And it worked.
And then you start the second half, I believe, on a 7-0 run. Peanut has the putback. Andrew Meadow hits a big 3 from the corner, and then there was a steal, and Emmanuel Ugbo gets the layup, and they need a timeout, and all of a sudden you're in the lead. How huge was that, like you said, at the end of that first half, but more importantly, right away in the second half to show them that, get back in the game and take the lead?
Yeah, they hit us hard, and we knew if we kept on going, they would stop hitting us. And that's what we do. And that first punch, the first 4 minutes in the second half is crucial. And that was a big energy booster and just momentum changer for us because we know we're like, oh, we're back. We get a 2-point lead. Dutcher called timeout. And we were like, oh, we got them on the ropes. Just keep attacking. High intensity, active hands on defense, and just communicate and have fun.
13 offensive rebounds for you guys. And again, RJ Keane is our guest for a couple minutes here on Bronco Nation News Live, the Jacksons Postgame Show here after the 62-52 win. He's back at the hotel. Getting ready. We'll get to that in a second, but turning the page to New Mexico. But 13 offensive rebounds. You guys get a 40-28 edge on the glass overall, and you get 18-3 advantage in second chance points. Controlling the glass tonight like you guys did. That's what cost you the game. They had that kind of margin at the game in Boise. back in January. It was more even in the second game, but for you guys to have an 18-3 advantage on second chance points and to control the glass the way you did, I know that's kind of a staple of this program, but to do that against a physical team like San Diego State, how'd you guys pull that off?
I mean, what are we defensively in the country? 1 or 2, somewhere around there. And we emphasize, you don't understand, every day of practice, every day since June, of we're going to be the best rebound team in the country. We have this cool chart where it tracks us, like, if you go and then your percentages, and you have to be above 80%. But my standards, of course, 95%, and just going hard every time. And for some reason, when we were crashing, it didn't feel like they were there. It's because we kept on hitting them, and then we kept on wearing them out. And once you wear them out, it's free ball game from there.
Just the team effort tonight. You had nobody scored more than 16 points. You get 4 guys all in that kind of 10 to 16 range, and then guys like yourself and Omar that maybe only get a couple points that make, contributing plays. Just seeing the way the bench was into the game, even the guys that weren't getting in there. I mean, just seems like you guys, it was just a total team effort from the starter to the guy that didn't even get in the game tonight.
Our season's on the line. We don't want to play in the NIT. We want to play in the tournament, and we know that. And we played like we were desperate. We played like this could have been our last game ever, and we want to go out there and prove that we belong. I mean, we read the comments, we read everything. We get messages every day about like how we got to step it up in the big games and how we never win in Vegas or whatever. I got told that like 30 times, and I'm like, quit telling me that. We're going to go out there and go win against San Diego State. And just, I know it might not be pretty at the beginning, but just grind it out slow and just keep on battling. And just, our fans were excellent. Our 100 fans, we were outnumbered like crazy. Like, we were outnumbered ridiculously.
Oh, yeah.
San Diego State had that whole section. New Mexico had the whole thing, and we had our, 50 to 70. And we outnumbered them. We got a little special guest right here.
Burns! Heck of a
Let's go, BJ. Let's go.
Heck of a you held them 9 minutes without a field goal to end the game. I mean, what a defensive effort.
Defense and rebounding wins championships.
You heard it right there.
The standard, the 2022 team.
There you go. Defense and rebounding.
Bernie has to lay a deuce in the bathroom right now.
Good thing you were already out of there by the time.
I was just chilling there. I mean, he probably would have stunk that thing up. Oh, my goodness.
Someone did ask to remind you to turn the fan on before you walked out, but.
No, I promise I just walked in there because that was the only room that no one was in. And I'm like, all right, fine. I'll knock it out in the hallway. I didn't want any bystanders like Bernie walking through, and then ended up being
Do you think you've done enough? I mean, regardless of what happens here from here on out, are you guys an NCAA tournament team, or do you feel like once again tomorrow night you're kind of playing to get it to go dancing here?
Yeah, I mean, I would say we're not worried about that or like looking at that stuff. But yeah, we check the numbers. We know we got to win tomorrow and the day after. We want to win the Mountain West Championship. That's really our goal. And one game at a time, and then whatever happens from that happens. And
leave no doubt, right?
What'd you say?
Leave no doubt. Win the tournament. Yeah. Don't have to worry about letting anybody else decide.
We win the tournament, then me and you can just hold our feet out at the Sky Building and watch Selection Sunday instead of being a little tight and clinched up. Might as well just go win one game at a time.
You mentioned the success or lack thereof down here in this tournament. It sounds like you knew about that. But, I mean, San Diego State had won this quarterfinal round 18 years in a row. And this is the first time in, like, almost 20 years they've not been playing in the semifinals. You guys had, like you mentioned, haven't had a ton of success down here. But, obviously, they had the history, the pedigree, whatever. But you guys, sounds like just said these are new players, new team. Screw all that, and you just went out there and got it done.
Yeah, that's what we got to do. I mean, we played like our life was on the line that second half. And we knew, like, in the halftime, we're like, our season's on the line. We have to leave everything out there. And it kind of looked like that. You could tell, like, dudes were playing like this could be our last game of the year. And we didn't want that at all. And tomorrow against Mountain West champs, New Mexico, it's a fun other battle we get to go compete in. It's what we.
So what is final two things, and I'll let you go. And we appreciate your time. But what is kind of the plan tonight? How do you kind of rest and recover? And how do you guys, it's obviously a quick turnaround playing again, tomorrow. So what's the plan to make sure you guys are ready to go?
So my game plan is after this interview, I'm going to go stretch, roll out, massage, compression, then go upstairs, get all the blood out, shower, and go downstairs and eat with my family. Have a nice dinner with them. I don't see them that much. And then after that, probably go right back to the room and just hang out with Tyson and watch some ball and just lay low. And then we got our New Mexico thing tomorrow morning and film tonight.
So give us the final thing then, RJ, just the thoughts on New Mexico, man. Semifinals, you split with them. They beat you pretty good at their place. You guys returned the favor, beat them pretty good at your place. This has Ken Palm has it as a 1-point game here. I mean, it's a 50-50 type game, just like tonight was. Obviously, you guys are playing for your life. They feel a little more comfortable about where they're at probably. But just, your take on this matchup tomorrow night, man, and the keys for you guys to keep advancing here.
Yeah, we know how talented that New Mexico squad is. I mean, they wouldn't win it all if they weren't talented. So we know we have a little battle tomorrow, and we're super excited. I mean, you know our game plan. It's what we're going to do against them at home. It's probably the exact same thing, just making sure we can stay in the gaps and win a game and take the ball out of Denton and Nelly's hands and really have a good game, all of us. Our probably offensive strategy from the San Diego State games will be a little different from now. I mean, we're probably not going to go. We're only going to try to shoot threes, but I don't mean never know.
Not going to shoot 40 threes again and tie a school record here.
That was a tie school record.
43-point attempts, tied Leon Rice era record, I believe, and I think might have been the school record as well. Yes.
Holy smokes! I mean, yeah, I told Alvaro didn't even attempt a 2-pointer. We were trolling him on the bus. We were like, dude, you went 4 for 13. You didn't attempt 1 2-pointer, but like those 4 he made were so crucial. And holy smokes! I mean, it kind of looked good, like the old school, like San Antonio Spurs is what I called it.
Well, man, heck of a win. We appreciate you doing this. Go get what you need done and enjoy the time with your family, man. Your dad, man, I love watching your dad in the stands during the games. He was standing the whole time.
I'll give a shout out to our family section, like JB's parents, Al's girlfriend, and her parents. Like, they were loud, and I could hear them. Like, they want to win just as much as we do. And I just got a text message saying, I look like I'm in a jail cell. No, this is Lululemon. This is premium stuff, and I like to wear comfortable stuff. So I'm not in a jail cell. I'm at the hotel.
Man, we appreciate you. Boys. Oh, there you go. Appreciate you, RJ. Congrats, man, and we'll see you again. And maybe we just make you win tomorrow. We'll do this again, man.
Yep, sounds good. I'll probably see you tomorrow then.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks, RJ.
Yep, see you.
RJ Keane, man, we appreciate him for jumping on from the bathroom and then from the hallway. That would have been something if he was still in the bathroom when Mike Burns came in to use the restroom. But that was quite the interview there. But a lot of fun there, and appreciate RJ Keane for jumping on after the game live after Boise State takes down San Diego State 62-52. We're going to hear from Leon Rice. We're going to hear from Alvaro Cardenas, Tyson Degenhart in just a minute. But I do want to thank some of our sponsors, RoePaint.com, ROEPaint.com, our title sponsor. Whether it's concrete coatings, interior, exterior painting, all your painting needs, make sure you hit up our title sponsor, Andy Rowe and Company, and RoePaint.com. Taco Bell, TacoBellWorks.com. We appreciate them as well. Taco Bell, TacoBellWorks.com. You can get more information on their charitable giving efforts, and the browser's having trouble with the file. It's saying it's not valid or something. I don't know if you want to just chop up a smaller version, maybe a couple minutes of the first 5 minutes of the players or something. We'll get that going here, guys. Sorry about that, but we're going to get you some post-game press conference video, maybe Leon's statement and some players, and then we'll get Leon on there as well. But SON Management Group, the Nicolason family, we appreciate Taco Bell for their support of Bronco Nation News. Take the family out to Taco Bell, whether it's the Cheesy Gordita Crunches, the Lux Cravings Bowls, boxes, the Cantina Bowls, all that great stuff. Hit up Taco Bell, TacoBellWorks.com. Tyson Degenhart, we mentioned him, Idaho Central Credit Union, ICCU.com. There's a branch pretty much on every corner, but the easiest is that mobile e-branch online banking right there in your smartphone. Idaho Central Credit Union, ICCU.com. Idaho Central Credit Union. Rain's family made the switch. We're so happy we did. ICCU.com. Jacksons, 99-cent coffee. They didn't get to 70. Maybe they can do that tomorrow. They didn't get to the 70 tonight, but the Jacksons deal, 99-cent coffee. Hot dog, fountain drink is for 70 points, but the 99-cent coffee deal is going on anytime, day or night, 24 hours a day. Use your Let's Go Rewards app, and you get a 99-cent coffee from our friends at Jacksons. And Snake River Pool and Spa, patio and game, thespateam.com. Snake River Pool and Spa, patio and game, thespateam.com. Whether it's a sauna, whether it's a pool table, whether it's a spa, they got you covered. Snake River Pool and Spa, patio and game. We're back here live on the Jacksons Postgame Show, taking your comments, taking your thoughts. Keane is now in the chat here. He says toilet was in fact not in play. Too much echo. He's asking you guys to leave him alone. Leave him alone there. Sloan Toilets is now who we need for the sponsor of BNN, according to Sky. Grand Teton says 10 out of 10 interview. Folks are wanting Keane to grow the mullet out. Robbie Robinson says, while I was watching the show this morning, I promised I would hit up Taco Bell if Boise State won. Guess where I am headed now for dinner? Robbie Robinson heading to support the sponsors at Taco Bell. We appreciate you, Robbie, for your support of Bronco Nation News and Taco Bell. Dylan says a lot of heart tonight, real battle, lots of heart shown during the game. Totally agree with that. Let's see what else we got here. RJ's hitting at least a couple threes tomorrow. Let's see what else we got. So many hustle plays, defense, rebounding, and make your free throws. That sounds like a winning tradition to me if I've ever heard of one. But again, we're taking your comments, your thoughts. When are all those troll comments coming, PJ? I've got some. Well, no one in the chat here are the folks I'm talking to. All those guys, just happen to, not their internet must not be working tonight. All the guys that wanted to rip on, Leon Rice and wanted to rip on this team the last couple, times they lose. They just, happen to not be on the show tonight. I don't know where they're all at. But I do have some saved on social media as well. Try to send it again there. I had the wrong thing open. We're going to try to get this post-game press conference working if we can here shortly. The score, by the way, somebody's asking 10-4. 10-4. Colorado State is beating Nevada early in this one. There are 16 minutes left in the first half. Colorado State, I think, should win. Utah State should win. You should have a star-studded kind of quarterfinals tomorrow. The haters are quiet, Zach Studebaker says. I agree. Coming pretty soon here, Jaden. Coming pretty soon, the video. Okay, we're working on the video here. Hopefully we'll have it for you. If not, we'll get it posted to the YouTube channel later tonight. But we are working to try to get you guys some post-game video here. Keep the comments coming. Keep the questions coming. Do we need to call the police and get a welfare check on AP? We may need to. I'm sure he'll say, oh, this isn't a very good San Diego State team. It's not a good win. The funny thing is AP actually calls himself a Boise State fan. A lot of these folks that are in the chat always ripping on Leon Rice and ripping on the team, they call themselves fans, which is very interesting. I do agree. The oop from Boyd to Compton was insane. I mean, to actually even try that off the glass, that was a pretty insane alley-oop. Not going to lie about that. And I mean, Boyd likes to talk a lot. They had some guys talking. They had some swagger going, and they're up 11 late in the first half. For Boise State to battle back like they did and find a way to get that 11-point deficit down to 6 and then to pull it off, just crazy. Hey, again, join us tomorrow. If you're in Las Vegas watching this show, if you're not in Las Vegas, but you know people that are, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We'll be doing our show there. We'll be hanging out, having fun. We'll be on live at 9 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Mountain Time with Jay Tust. But again, we may even push it back to 10 because of the party. I don't know. I'll tell you in the morning. But we'll have a live show at some point tomorrow morning, and we'll be out in the cabana, hanging out, having some fun all day tomorrow before the semifinals. So if you're in Vegas, come join us. You don't have to stay at Circa or the D. Everyone is welcome to come. You just have to tell them you're with the BNN party, and they're supposed to comp the entry when you get to the door. BNN is what you tell them. You're here for the BNN, Bronco Nation News Party, and they should hopefully comp your entry when you get here. And we're looking forward to that tomorrow. That'll be from 10 until 2. It says 3. May end a little early. We'll see how it's going. 10 until 2. Let's see what else we got here. We won. A lot of folks still excited here in the chat. All right, we're going to figure out what's going on with this video. I'm going to play a couple of quick commercials here and get a drink of water, and we'll be back in about 60 seconds or so. Who's your Matt Boucher player of the game? We'll give that away next. Keep this thing rolling. Boise State wins 62-52. Give us your thoughts on your player of the game. We're back right after this on the Jacksons Postgame Show.
It's game day. Are you ready?
Let's go! RowPaint.com is going all in this season with an all-star lineup. It's Coach Leon Rice and Andy Rowe.
Oh, no. Want to just paint my house?
When I want Boise State to win, I trust Coach Rice to lead the Broncos to victory.
And when I want the best painting and garage floor coating, I trust rowpaint.com to get that job done right.
If you think I'm pretty, lay your hands on me. No, you can't stop thinking about it. I know that you're shitty and you're bad for me, but I can't stop thinking about it. If you think I'm pretty, lay your hands on me. No, you can't stop thinking about it. I know that you're shitty and you're bad for me, but I can't stop thinking about it.
All right, back here live on the Jacksons Postgame Show. Saw Matt Boucher in the stands today, brought the whole family down. He was going crazy as always, but had the little ones with him and his wife. And it was fun to see the Boucher family. Saw the Travis Hawks clan. They were all out at Circa earlier today. They're staying there. Saw a lot of people. The Morales brothers, saw Nathaniel, who was kind of a who's who tonight, looking around the crowd and seeing some of the Boise State fans. And they were outnumbered, and they're going to be outnumbered again tomorrow by an even bigger number because New Mexico has a ton of fans. They had 7,000 or 8,000, and that was for a noon game on a Thursday. Think how many might be coming down after work today. I'm guessing they're going to have a massive crowd tonight. Hey, Lithia Ford of Boise, LithiaFordBoise.com. Check them out, LithiaFordBoise.com. They got some great deals going on right now, LithiaFordBoise.com. We'll get to our Matt Boucher Real Estate Player of the Game here momentarily. Number one ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley is Matt Boucher and Boucher Real Estate. You get to meet everybody in the picture when you buy a home or sell a home with Matt and his team. Just tremendous customer service every step of the way. Get more information online at BoucherRealEstate.com. ShopRidley's.com is where you can find a location near you for Ridley's Family Markets. They got like 14 of them in Idaho and many more in the surrounding states, whether it's the Magic Valley, the Treasure Valley, up in McCall. You want to just have that hometown family grocery store. When you walk in, you just know what I'm talking about. That's Ridley's Family Markets. Download their Skip app. Give savings up to 40% off at the checkout line. You need a job? How about transportation compliance service? Transcompservice.com. They'll help you get into the trucking industry every step of the way. DOT, overweight, all that good stuff. You want to become a truck driver? They can help you out. Transcompservice.com. You want to eat healthy? How about Lean Feast? LeanFeastMeridian.com. Meal prep service. If you want the best in the business when it comes to meal prep, Lean Feast has you covered. Steak, shrimp, chicken, fish, 10,000 plus combinations. It's all fresh, not frozen. And they deliver anywhere in the Treasure Valley. Check them out, LeanFeastMeridian.com. 2 minutes in the microwave, and you are chilling at Lean Feast. You heard from RJ Keane earlier. He's got an NIL deal with Signature Roofing. MySignatureRoofing.com, SpeakPipe.com/BNN is the voice inbox. You can leave us a voicemail. We'll play some on the show tomorrow if you want to leave us some tonight. But Signature Roofing, MySignatureRoofing.com. MySignatureRoofing.com is their website. Whether it's a repair, a re-roof, an estimate, an inspection, all your roofing needs, they got you covered at MySignatureRoofing.com. All right, back here on the Jacksons Postgame Show, a lot of folks are chiming in on their player of the game. Let's go back up here a little bit higher until we started getting some of those. Greg Meyer says Cardenas. JD wants Al. Meadow and Alvaro right there. Cardenas battling with Boyd. Cardenas had the better stat line. Keane had some really big plays late in the game. Meadow. Sick Modern says, yeah, leaning towards Meadow. Let's see what we got here. No, not ripping on Jaden. It's not his fault. He's doing the best he can over there. So dagger from Al was huge. RJ, Omar block changed the game. Let's see what we got here. Al never slows down. Probably Meadow, but I thought Peanut played awesome tonight. Some clutch rebounds and shots. Let's give it to Carmichael. Started scoring at some big rebounds and plus. I mean, I look at the numbers here, and it really is hard to go against Alvaro Cardenas. 4 assists. Was plus 11, a game high 16 points, and a game high and team high. That was a game high too. 37 minutes, 46 seconds. Alvaro Cardenas only sat for 2 minutes and 14 seconds in this game. He hit 4 3-pointers, went 4 for 4 from the free throw line, grabbed a couple rebounds, 16 points, and I appreciate you. How you doing? We got some fans hanging out here, and 16 points, 4 assists. We're going to give it to Alvaro Cardenas, our Matt Bauscher Real Estate Player of the Game. Alvaro Cardenas, our Player of the Game tonight. Spencer says, team effort, totally agree. But again, Bauscher Real Estate, number 1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley. Matt Bauscher and his team ready to serve all your real estate needs at BauscherRealEstate.com. And our Matt Bauscher Player of the Game tonight is Alvaro Cardenas. Congratulations to him. Sure, Keane had a big game as well. You could obviously have given it to him. Let's see what else we got here. A lot of good comments in here. I agree. Some of the late plays there. The business roundtable, Andy, Matt, and Travis. Yeah, we're going to work on that. We are going to work on our sponsors and getting them on the air and things. But just a big win for Boise State, 62-52. They will play tomorrow in the semifinals. I'm sorry we could not get the video working up there, so we'll go ahead and get that on our YouTube channel a little bit later. If you want to hear from Leon and Tyson and Alvaro, we'll get that on our YouTube channel a little later tonight. Probably have some clips maybe tomorrow morning. Jay Tust will join me again tomorrow morning. Bronco Nation News Live. I think we're going to be at 10 a.m. back in Boise. 10 a.m. back in Boise for Bronco Nation News Live. But had a feeling it was going to go this way, and it did. Boise State 62-52. The Broncos get the win, and now just another massive game tomorrow night. Again, playing for their NCAA tournament lives against the Mountain West champions in New Mexico, and that's obviously going to be a tough one. Nelly Jr., Joseph, Donovan Dent. When Boise State beat them a couple weeks ago in Boise, they did not have Mustafa Amzil. He's a key part for them. This is kind of another 50-50 pick'em type game tomorrow night, and Boise State's going to be playing for its NCAA tournament live. So a ton on the line tomorrow night, and super excited to be sticking around Vegas for another day and having a game to talk about tomorrow. Matt says, appreciate the coverage. Well, thank you, Matt. Appreciate you saying that. Thank you to all of our subscribers, all of our advertisers. If you guys can help us out, $50, BNN 50 deal gets you a full year subscription to Bronco Nation News. You can read my story tonight. You can read from Nathan Carroll, Mike Prater, all of our great coverage. You get an exclusive daily email. You get all kinds of good stuff as well. So subscribe if you can. Use that promo code at the bottom of the screen. It's scrolling across. BNN 50 deal gets you $20 off your first year at Bronco Nation News. But again, Boise State 62-52. They're moving on to the semifinals of the Mountain West tournament. I still think they've got work to do for the big dance. We'll see when Joe Lenardi and Jerry Palm update their bracketologies and things, how Boise State is looking. But certainly a win that helps keep them in the running, that's for sure, at a minimum. And again, 6:30 tomorrow is going to be the tip-off time. We can do the show courtside. We just have to be off at 6 o'clock. So we'll be live about 5 o'clock tomorrow, 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock. That'll be here in Vegas. That'll be 6 p.m. Mountain Time. Will be our pregame show at 6 o'clock. I see Nico Medved is doing an interview right now, waiting to see the score of that game. But tomorrow's going to be fun. Hope to see all of you at Stadium Swim at Circa Resort and Casino at 10 a.m. Pacific time for the pool party. And not much of a party. We'll just be hanging out and watching games. And if you want to come say hello, we'd love to meet some of you and say hi, guys. So 15-14, Colorado State leads, 11:27 to go in the first half. 62-52. The Broncos, it wasn't pretty. Only 11 of 40 from three-point range. Wasn't pretty in the first half, certainly at times. Only 11 of 40 from three-point range. They kept jacking it up. They kept letting it fly. And what was pretty was that defense down the stretch. No field goals, only 5 points in the final 9 minutes. And Boise State able to get just a massive win. They're playing in the semifinals for only the now the fifth time in the 14 years of Leon Rice in the Mountain West era here. So huge win. Congrats, everybody. Enjoy it. We'll see who wins. It's much more fun to watch these games tonight, knowing Boise State's playing tomorrow night. And again, Jay Tust will join me tomorrow. Plenty of coverage throughout the day tomorrow. We'll be tweeting out the interviews and things once we get it figured out later tonight. I'll have a full story later tonight as well. So plenty of coverage to come to BroncoNationNews.com, to our YouTube channel, all of our social media channels. And we'll be live at 10 a.m. with Jay Tust again tomorrow to get you set for the semifinals. Boise State, 1 win down, 2 to go here in Las Vegas. Appreciate all you guys for checking us out. Enjoy the rest of your evening. This has been the Jacksons Postgame Show. 62-52, Boise State moving on to the semifinals of the Mountain West Tournament. And we got you covered live from the Thomas and Mack Center. Full coverage at Bronco Nation News and BroncoNationNews.com. Good night, everybody. We'll talk to you in the morning.
Bronco Nation News is presented by our title sponsor, RovePaint.com. Our major sponsors, Idaho Central Credit Union, Taco Bell, Lithia Ford, the Blue and Orange Store, Jacksons, and our contributing sponsors, Signature Roofing, Western Collective, Snake River Pool and Spa, Transportation Compliance Service, Boucher Real Estate, Ridley's Family Markets, Circa Las Vegas, Lean Feast, and Timberstone Golf Course.
It's game day. Are you ready?
Let's go!